Hello, hello. I am making something for my very first time, so I'm hoping that someone's gonna come and give me advice. Although now I can't get my cutting board out because my phone's in the way. Are you gonna fall? Sometimes my phone jumps onto the ground. It has nothing to do with me or my inability to affix it to this little tripod thingy, of course. Nothing's wrong with me, it's just the phone. Alright, so, okay, there we go. Everything's normal now. Back to normal. Okay, so I've never made this before, but you know how they have those like, today's National Artichoke Day, or today's National Cuddle Your Pet Day. I'm making these up, but you know what I'm talking about. They exist, it's a thing. I know people must know. I can't be the only one who always sees that there's a gazillion kinds of days. Today is National Spanish Paella Day, which is like this rice. I've had it before in Spain because David's mom makes it. And I don't know if it's normally a vegan dish, but when she makes it, it's vegan. And it's good, it's delicious. It's flavorful, salty. It doesn't have that many veggies in it, so it's not like the healthiest thing to eat. But whatever. Not everyone is healthy all the time, right? So the extent of my knowledge is that I've eaten it before, and I think I understand how to make it. It usually has red peppers in it though, and I definitely don't have red peppers because they're not in season. I'm sure some place in this country or this world is growing them right now, but it isn't here. So I don't have those, but I have this cast iron pan that I just put some oil in, and I'm gonna saute some onions because I feel like all good meals start with sauteed onions. I think you probably agree. So let me turn this on, and I think I'm gonna put some oil in it and see how that goes. Also, I know that this is not the best time of day to stream because people are at work, and that's cool if you're at work and you can't watch and no one needs to say anything, but this is more fun if somebody is there. Then you should chat with me, because talking to myself is not the best. I'm not the best company. I could talk to myself the whole time, but I'd rather talk to someone else. Alright, so I'm gonna put a whole onion in. That's not too much, right? I'm doing it. No one's here to stop me, so. And also, since I'm kind of making this up as I go along, I feel like I can do whatever I want. What else do I know about this dish? The other times I've had it, it has had peas and corn in it, I think. And so I'm gonna put peas for sure. I don't know what my corn situation is, but I know I have frozen peas. I don't know how I feel about this part of the onion. Does that look good or bad? It's like a little brown. I think maybe I'll throw that part away. It's questionable. I think I'll throw away the questionable parts of the onion. I'll just put them in a little questionable pile. If you're looking to question an onion, there's a pile right here for you to question. Oh wow. Sorry, that was terrible. Terrible joke. Okay, so I cut up half of the onion. I'm gonna go ahead and put it in. Oh, here's another thing that I remember about this when I ate it, is that it has finely chopped things. There's not like big chunks. So when I cut my mushrooms, I'm not gonna slice them like I usually do. Usually I thickly slice mushrooms because I kind of like I don't like just the flavor of mushrooms. I like the texture. And I like it when there's like big pieces of mushroom, but not gonna do that today. Today is not that day. See, this onion, this onion, as if it's a different onion, it's just the other half. This one has the weird thing, so I'm taking it off. Bye, forever. Questionable onion. I just have to take that one layer off. Look, and then it's good as new. Don't you wish that when people get old, they could just peel a layer of their skin off and underneath it is like a young version of you? I kind of wish that, because I'm getting there. I'm getting to be about that situation in my life. It's not the best. Alright, so I'm putting this onion in, and is it even on? Oh, it's just on low, that's why. Sometimes when I'm heating up the pan and I don't know how long it's going to take me, I put it on low and then I forget to turn it up. I'm going to assume that everyone does that and it's not just my ineptness. Okay. So now we have a whole entire onion in this cast iron pan. That's step one. Step two, I washed all these mushrooms. They're so slippery that one of them slipped out of my hand and like flew into the sink, but I rescued it. It came back. It has come back to me. All right. So what's next? Would you wait for the onions to start sauteing before you put the mushrooms in? Or would you just go at it? I feel like I'm just gonna go at it. And since you're not commenting and telling me otherwise, I'm gonna do it. So if you don't want me to, you have to try to stop me. Okay, I'm gonna just cut them and then I'm gonna do the thing where you just beep 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 and chop them really little, because I feel like the first cut is gonna be like the coarse cut and then we'll have to go back through and make them smaller. So if anyone joins and wants to talk to me, I need advice. And I want your advice if you're willing to give it on something. So let me know if you are there and if you want to chat. I'm gonna get a thing to stir this with because now I hear that it's like doing stuff. So I'm gonna stir it with a spoon. So one time I was streaming, this was before I knew that you could stream on other places, and I only used to stream on Periscope. This was a long time ago when I lived in my one house ago or two houses ago. Anyway, it doesn't matter. But I was like stirring, and I used to not have a thing to put my phone on, so I would just set it like on the stove or on the counter or like wherever I could set it. And I was like stirring this, and then somebody was like, all I hear is you stirring that. Ooh, there's a bag on somewhere nearby. And so, yeah, at some point I realized that you're not supposed to stir with a metal thing on your cast iron pan, otherwise it's really loud, I guess. So now I use wood when I stir my onions. For you. I'm doing it for you. I hope you know. Okay, I'm going back to the mushrooms. Back to these little cutie guys. So yeah, so traditionally I think the paella has red peppers, corn, peas. I'm pretty sure it has garlic and onion because everything does. But I don't know that it has any other vegetables. I think maybe it doesn't. But we can do whatever we want. And what we want is to use the things we have in the fridge, which are limited because I did not go to farmer's market last weekend because I was being lazy. Well, that's not true. I was doing math all day on Saturday. And I could have stopped doing math and gone to farmer's market, but honestly, I did math all of Saturday and part of Sunday. So it's not like I had a lot of free time for grocery shopping. So I didn't go to farmer's market, which means I'm very low on veggies. So the veggies we're going to be using are going to be ones that are old or from the freezer. So I'm just going through and making these mushrooms smaller now. And yeah, it was a very boring weekend of math. Hopefully this weekend will be more exciting because it's Sarah's birthday. And I'm going to start making her cake tonight. Last night I typed up the recipe and it's going to be, well, I don't want to tell you just in case she watches. It's going to have to be a surprise. But if you are just dying to know what kind of cake it is, like can't sleep tonight without knowing, you can contact me at any of the following places. Instagram, I'm Vegan Dollhouse. You can message me there. I check it multiple times a day. Twitter. I'm Vegan Dollhouse. You can message me there, and I only check it once every 24 hours. Sometimes I check it more. It depends how much time I have. You could email me. That is the place I check the least often. And you can email me at vegandollhouse@gmail. How else could you get a hold of me? Oh wow, don't get a hold of me on Facebook. I have a Facebook, but I'm like one of those people who logs in like once a week. So don't ever contact me on Facebook if it's important. Also, I'm not that good at using Facebook. So sometimes if I have a message, I don't even know. It's a little weird. I'm not so great at that. Oh, a thing I did learn though is after you get done streaming on Twitch, people can still chat you. And someone chatted me about something that we were talking about, and it was so cool because I was able to get it later and like reply. So that's another place apparently. I think YouTube does that too. You can comment on the video after the video's over, and then I get a message in my inbox. But I guess that's kind of the same response rate as just emailing because it's going to take longer than if you contacted me through Instagram. Instagram's really like the fastest response. Besides like texting me, I think Instagram is the fastest. Okay, I cut these mushrooms up pretty little. These onions look pretty cooked to me. They're soft, they're yellowy. Ooh, they're even brown on the edges, so some people think that's like a little too cooked, but I think it's fine. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and put the mushrooms in now, because no rules, right? There was one rule. I soaked the rice all day. Some people don't soak their rice before they cook it, but it actually is a lot better for you if you soak it, I hear. So I soaked it. I soaked it with some lemon juice in it, which is supposed to like, I don't know, help it be more nutritious, or I don't really know. Maybe get rid of some of the bad parts that are in rice. Maybe some of the bad parts are going into the water it's soaking in, and then I'm throwing them away. Clearly I don't know that much about this and should not even be talking about it, because if you asked me a follow-up question, I don't think I would know what to say. Okay, so I stirred that up. I'm gonna check this thing over here, even though I don't know how to use it. Okay. I was seeing if I could see my chats on my computer, but I can't because I'm bad at technology. Okay, so while this is happening, I think I'm going to turn it down just a touch. I need to figure out all the other things that are going to go in. So one of the things I read on the internet is saffron, which, is that something everyone just has, saffron? I'm looking in my spices right now. Oh, I found it. It looks like this. I've had the saffron for a long time. I hope it's still good. My water's empty. I have to fill it. All this talking makes me thirsty. Okay, so saffron and paprika, which I think you know what paprika is. It's like kind of like dried red bell peppers, I think. Isn't that what paprika is made out of? It's like that red stuff people sprinkle on top of deviled eggs. That's much better. Okay, so saffron, that's the thing that's gonna go in, and then paprika we just talked about. And so here's the thing, am I allowed to add extra stuff that isn't like, where's the paprika? Oh, here it is. That isn't like traditionally in it, because I kind of want to add turmeric, because apparently I was supposed to use yellow rice, which of course I don't have. Who has yellow rice? So now I'm like, should I add some turmeric to make it yellow? I'm gonna, even though it's not like traditionally done or whatever. Alright, so those things I'm gonna put in. Oh yeah, and so veggies. So let's see what we have. I feel like I have some root veggies that I could put in. Maybe parsnip. A parsnip. Yeah, let's put a parsnip in. I was watching this dad at farmer's market with his little boy, whatever, his child, his offspring, and he was like quizzing the kid on like the vegetables and asked what this was, and I was like, I don't even think I learned what that was till like a year ago, and you're asking this like little baby person. And of course the child got it wrong, and then I felt bad because the kid guessed carrot, which this could totally be a carrot. In fact, I was at Josipa's house the other day, and she had carrots that were this color. They obviously weren't this big, but not all parsnips are this big either. Probably the one that the little person was looking at was a normal carrot sized. And I just felt so bad because I just felt like the question was too difficult. But maybe not. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe he's a little child genius when it comes to vegetables. Who knows? Ooh, this looks so good. I mean, Ashley wouldn't think so because she's a mushroom hater, but it looks pretty good to me. I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you even though there might be no one there. What do you think? Does it look good? Yeah, pretty good to me. Alright, so I'm going to peel this with this peeler so I don't have to use the peel. And then I'm going to cut it into the smallest pieces I can because that seems to be a paella thing. And then we'll put in frozen veggies. And then I'll put in broth. Oh, I should start making the broth actually. It takes a while. Oh, there's a bad spot. Okay, well we can cut the bad spots off if there are any. Wow, there's a bad spot on the onion and a bad spot on the parsnip. One might think that veggies just turn bad in my possession. I'm a bad influence on them. Okay. Making broth is super easy because I just heat water in my kettle, which actually David just told me is broken, so I better be careful. And then I add this like bouillon paste stuff that I get that's vegetarian, but it tastes really yummy. Oh shit. There's like a piece laying in there. That can't be good. I'm gonna try to get it out. Wow, he was not kidding when he said it was broken. Maybe I should use a saucepan to do this. Oh my gosh, wait till you see this thing I almost just boiled. This is not good. I should not be in charge of doing things. Wow. Alright, well wish me luck. Dang. Hope I don't destroy anything. Alright, so that's gonna be the broth. This thing is going good. Okay, so I just have to cut up this veggie thing. And then, I guess when the broth goes in is when the frozen veggies go in, right? Because you can't just saute frozen veggies. At least I don't think so. Okay, so I just cut off some bad spots. Put that in there. And I'm just gonna cut, oops, I forgot to cut the tip off. That's not good. We don't want that in there. Goodbye, tip. Okay, so I'm gonna cut this up the way I would cut up anything, which is like make long, thin slices like this thin, and then cut them lengthwise and then cut them shortwise. This is kind of how I cut everything into small pieces. I don't know how other people do it. I never like learned the proper way to do this stuff, which is funny because my mom was a chef, but I didn't ever start cooking. I never watched her cook, and I didn't start cooking until I became vegan because I don't know, I guess it was out of necessity. And then I had to start because when I went vegan there wasn't like vegan restaurants around because I was in a very small beach town in Florida. Veganism was like not that popular. Like it was still that time when you would like go places and ask somebody like if they had anything vegan on the menu and they didn't know what the word was that you were saying. And you had to explain what vegan was. That's what it was like. So I guess I kind of had to learn how to cook, which is fine. I'm glad I did. But it means that I'm self-taught and I didn't learn the proper way. Which means I still could be doing things very inefficiently, and there's probably much better ways to do it. But I'm not doing it. Alright. Little pieces of parsnip. Or according to that toddler at market, white carrots. Alright, I'm just gonna... No, I don't want to lift the whole thing. I was gonna try to lift the whole cutting board, but this is my big cutting board. I have like small ones, and then I have my like giant one that's like half the size of the kitchen. It's kind of hard to lift. It's even difficult to wash, to be honest. Okay, I could even be cutting these smaller, I feel like. This is like the size. It's a little big, right? I don't know, half an inch maybe? Alright, I'm gonna try to go even smaller if I can. I feel like the smaller it is, the faster it'll cook, right? But I guess you have to wait for the rice to cook anyway, so maybe it doesn't matter. Oh, what about carrots? Should I put in carrots? Like the orange kind, not like this white kind. I feel like I maybe have seen carrots in paella. I'm starting to feel like I have. Maybe I'm making it up though. I don't know. I really feel like I can't trust my memory these days. Well, any days. Yeah. Any days within the past 20 years, I guess. Like, I don't remember things that everybody else remembers. I don't know why. Okay. Alright, so that's a lot actually. Maybe I shouldn't put in carrot. I don't want to like have a higher veggie ratio than rice ratio. Maybe I do want that. Who knows what I want? Okay, so here's the thing. Oh, shoot. What about tomatoes? Does tomatoes go in this? Oh, I just don't know. I'm gonna go with no. I feel like no. I hope I'm not making a big mistake. Tomatoes in paella? What do you think? Alright, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it because you're not telling me to, so I don't think it's the right thing to do. Okay, so this looks pretty good actually. Okay, so I'm gonna put in the rice, but so the recipes say, so usually you cook 1 to 2 for rice, one cup rice to 2 cups of liquid, which would make it 4 cups. But this rice has been soaking in water, so it's already absorbed some of the water, which I feel like means I should put less liquid in. I don't know, I don't know what to do. But this isn't made like traditional rice where you like put the lid on. I think you leave the lid off, kind of like risotto is cooked. So I don't know, I feel a little confused. I'm conflicted. But I'm gonna rinse this rice as well as I can to get all the yuckies out. Whatever the yuckies are that are in it. I'm gonna try to do it without getting out a tool. Yeah, not bad, not bad. Alright, so I'm gonna dump the rice in. I don't know if that was a bad idea or not, but whatever. Can't go back now, so we're just gonna keep moving forward. Okay, so the veggies are in there, except for the frozen veggies. The rice is in there, and now we need liquid and spices and that brothy paste stuff. So here's some liquid that's boiled. Let me get my measuring device. So we'll measure 4 cups of, oops. This cupboard will not close if the lazy Susan circle part is there. Okay, so I'm gonna measure 4 cups of liquid. I'm gonna start with what I boiled, and then I guess I'm just gonna add like not boiled water because I don't have enough boiled water. Plus it'll get hot in the pan, right? I mean, it's gonna boil eventually. Also, what's gonna keep this from splattering all over the stove if you don't cover it? I have so many questions about this dish. I kind of wish that I had David's mom to ask while I'm making it, but I feel like the time zone is different and she might be like asleep right now. Ooh, that was pretty close actually. I only need 1 more cup of water. Okay, 1 more cup. Okay, so that's up to the 4 cup mark, so I'm putting it in. Hopefully I don't overflow it. Oh wow, it's really full. Do you want to see? Oh wow, I have to be so careful now when I stir it so it doesn't overflow. Yikes. I'm going to show you how full it is. Okay, it's fine. We're not scared. Okay, I'm going to put in turmeric even though it doesn't call for it. I am a rebel. There it goes. Turmeric in there. Okay, what's next? Saffron. These little things that look like threads. I think they even call them saffron threads. Doesn't smell like anything. Oh, weird. They're like flowers. There's like a whole flower in here. All right, well, I don't know how much, so I'm just gonna put a pinch. What do you think, a pinch? Okay, 2 pinches. You talked me into it. Okay, 2 pinches of saffron, and then paprika. I also don't know how much, so I'm gonna put a lot because this dish is supposed to have red peppers, and it doesn't. Okay, so all that's in there. What else? Oh, frozen veggies and the broth paste stuff. Okay. So this is that broth paste stuff that I was talking about. Better than bouillon. They're not kidding. It's so much better than bouillon. Bouillon cubes never dissolve. You could like blend them in the blender and there'll still be chunks. It's so weird to me that that's just a product that everyone uses and no one complains about. So don't worry, I do the complaining for 15 people. I do 15 people's worth of complaining. I'm just like waiting for this to come off the spoon. That could have been scary. I love this song. This band is from LA. They're called Banta. Banta? Well, I actually don't know how it's pronounced because I've only seen it written down. Well, I've seen them live. I don't really remember them saying their band name though. Anyway, they remind me of this band my parents used to listen to when I was growing up called Fleetwood Mac. So I really like them. Also, their songs are hilarious. This one's like pretty normal, but there's another one and I saw the music video and it like is hilarious. It like shows her like basically killing her best friend because she was in love with her best friend's boyfriend. It's kind of funny. It's a funny video. Alright, so that is in there, which means I put all the spices in. I'm gonna taste this water. It tastes good, but I don't think it's salty enough. I don't know, I don't want to oversalt it. I guess I can always add salt later, so maybe we won't put any more salt in, but I do have to still put the peas and corn in. I don't know how, it's gonna overflow. Broth displacement is gonna happen. Alright, let's see. Oh, I did have corn. I think I'm just gonna put peas only. Corn's not that great for you anyway. Alright. I kind of want to just use the whole thing. I'm so scared. Okay, I used the whole thing. Alright, so I think that's it. And then I just stir it. And I guess I have to keep an eye on it because I don't want it to spontaneously combust. No, I'm just kidding. Maybe I'm not. I think I have to keep an eye on it so that it doesn't splatter all over the kitchen is what I'm thinking. It doesn't really look that attractive, but I think it's gonna taste good. We'll see. We shall see. I still don't know if I made the right call on not adding tomatoes, but whatevs. And I also don't know if I... Ah! Oh my god. That was so scary. That's so scary when that happens. Oh my goodness. I just think that they just don't make tripods how they used to. That little thing popped out of this little thing, and then catastrophe happened. Phew! Alright, I'm putting it back together. It's just that's the only thing keeping it from falling. It's not like it's that heavy of a phone. Whatever. Alright, well, that's it. That's me making paella. I'm gonna show it one more time. There it is. It looks kind of terrible, but I have faith that it's gonna taste good later. I'm gonna eat the shit out of this later. Alright. Well, if anyone watched this, thanks for joining. No thanks for not commenting, but that's okay. I'm not here to judge. Maybe a little judgment. And yeah, if you want to get a hold of me, I'm Vegan Dollhouse everywhere on the internet. And if you want to know how this Spanish paella came out, then hit me up later and I'll let you know. Bye.